Hey guys, it's Joshy here and I'm back with another Sun and Moon dice battle. Now this one is actually an unseen dice battle. It was between Gods and Nachos. Now I have sped it up a bit, it's a bit crazy. So, because it was a while. I haven't seen this video, I'm going to just go as it is. You know, it's going to be really interesting because I like seeing these. So obviously, you know, he's had to swap and we're going for the Dazzling Gleam. It's really interesting because I mean, like, you know, I know, actually, I think I know who wins because someone was a little salty afterwards, but I'm not going to let you know. So, you know, these swaps are actually working too bad for him, so it's going in his favour at the moment, and that's actually a lucky 10% boost. So it's, you know, it's going to be really interesting to see what way it goes. I thought it was so awesome just to have two other people do a dice battle that I hadn't watched. Now, what I might do, guys, if you guys have a couple of dice battles at all of your own outside of, like, without me involved, I'd really actually like to have some of them sent through. I might even do a video with a couple ones sped up, and yours might, you know, get on there. Just because they are dice battles, and it's something that I've come up with and done, so it'll be really cool. So, I mean, it looks of it, God's not getting that much luck. He is burnt, and I'm assuming he's physical Ferrothorn, but at least he's getting set up the spikes, so that's pretty cool. I mean, as I said before, it's a dice battle, so anything can happen. Any roll, you know, anything, and as we can see again, Gods is not getting lucky with the dice. So he's actually got 2 down. So obviously Nachos had some good rolls, and these burns are really helping out. And I do lie, I actually saw right at the end of the battle because I had to quickly fit it in the frame before I recorded it. But this was, I try to leave it as long as I can, and now I do remember seeing that, what's it called? Rotom was burnt. And now I know why. But as I said, I didn't really want to see this battle because I wanted to live it out for the first time while watching it. So finally that Rotom's forced out with this swap, and that is a shiny Archeops, which is a little boring, but on sped up looks like it is on. Wow, look at it go. It's freaking crazy. Now I actually have versed this Umbreon of his before, and it is a pain in the butt. But, you know, I only just remember it because it did stuff me up, because I think I versed, I don't even know if he remembers or knows, but his family member was using his DS. I think it was his nephew or cousin or little something. Wanted to verse some random, used his Pokemon, but actually ended up versing me, and I was using my complete special attacking team, and this guy just screwed me over. Anyway, so it's actually still, what is it? Yeah, he's still got 6. So if this guy can set up at all, this, you know, Gods can be really stuck and down. Now, the funny thing as well with this is, excuse me, setting up and a sub can be really, really good. But at the same time, if you roll a 5 and have to swap out, it can really suck and screw you over. Now, those spikes are actually really helping out at this stage because every time he rolls a 5, someone's taking a bit of damage from spikes and rocks. But obviously he rolled a 6 and he finally gets his Mega Evolution. It's actually such a good feeling when you roll a 6 and get Mega or Z. But that's why also I find sometimes it's really good to try and save a Z person or a Mega Evolution just for the end, because then you have the last Pokemon clause. But it depends if you get that decision or not. I mean, if you roll a 5, you can choose who comes in, but if someone dies, you roll to see who comes in, so it's a bit hard. Now, I will, while this is going, we'll just watch a little bit, I will re-go over the rules. When you are taking a single battle, you only roll 1 die, that die decides your rule. The first number, like number 1, 2, 3, and 4 decide your rules, your move you use going down, 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you do run out of PP with a move, you use the next one. So if you run out on 1, you use 2. If you run out on 2, you use 3. You run out on 3, you use 4. And run out on 4, you go back and use 1. Now, if you roll a 5, you have to swap. Full stop. Unless you're on your last Pokemon, then 5 becomes a 6. And if you roll a 6, you get to choose what move to use and what target if there's more than one. And when on a 6, you can use a Mega Evolution or a Z move. Now, I've had a few people I've battled with. I've got some more coming. I actually have a dice battle sweep I got, which was also a massive clutch, which is going up. And it will go both in the dice and sweep folders. But what with a double battle or a multi or that, you roll 2 die, and that decides, you know, the first die, 1, 2, 3, 4 you attack, 5 you swap, 6 you attack and choose both the move and target. But the second dice decides your target. So left side is number 1, 3, and 5, while the right opponent is number 2, 4, 6. So let's say you roll a 1 and a 4. You use your first move on the right side because this roll the number 4 for your second number. If you are doing a free-for-all, you roll same thing again, first move. So if you roll a 4 for your first one, you use your fourth move. Then if you roll a 2, instead of it just being even and odd, it's 1, 2, 1 and 3 is the Pokemon on the left, 2 and 4 is the Pokemon on the right, and then 3 and 6 is the Pokemon beside you, which is technically on your team. All this information is in the comments, but in the description, and there is a link and everything. And you're also welcome to ask me on anything if you do have a bit of confusion or do find something. Now, also, please do read the rules because there are certain Pokemon and moves and items banned because it really does screw up and eliminate what you can roll. Okay, so this Charizard now, after those, can cause a lot of damage if he survives. Okay, so all he needs to do is roll an attacking move, which he did. So that Mandibuzz is down. So, okay, so this could be, could be quite a clutch or an attack back. So, but he rolls a Dragon Dance, which sucks. All he needed was an attacking move. So that Charizard could have wiped everything now. So Nihilego goes back in. So it's not too uneven, but this shiny Archeops, I always say Archeops, but I don't know if it is Archeops or Archeops. Okay, so we're down to 2 versus 4. So this could be alright. So, he takes out another one. Anything can happen. As I said, mine was a clutch. I was down to 2 and got a sweep. So it just depends on the rolls. And it still does take a bit of decent effort to get a sweep. It is still a lot more luck than other sweeps. But still, as I said, I'm still going to upload it. Okay, so this has actually come back a bit closer now. So this Tyranitar could really do some work. Oh, and a Dragonette. See, this is the thing, as I said, like, if you get the right setup moves, it's great. One of the dice battles I first had against Toasty, which we ended up not uploading, which was just trial one, I was using my Sandygast, which has Sandstorm, which hidden ability, which is Sand Veil, so his evasioncy's up, with an evasioncy boosting item, Toxic, Shadow Ball, and Shore Up. And I was actually stalling and killing a lot of Pokemon with it, because I was getting the right rolls and being able to live. Okay, so that Draining Kiss is actually going to take him down. So now he's down to his last 1 versus 3, so it all comes to the rolls now, and as I said before, this Umbreon is burn. Now, that's a lot of damage, so it's really, as I said, I'm pretty darn sure this Umbreon doesn't clutch it. And to be honest now, looking at it, I'm going to say no. But as I said, you never know because the rolls could end up making him swap 3 times in a row while you get 3 half-decent attacks on, or with a special defense drop. That really sucks. So the rolls, if you've been watching, which I have just not been in God's favour at all. Now, it's just like, even though he's getting a boost here in his special attack and special defense and non-attack, and Gods does get a heal off, it's just stalling out the inevitable nearly. But as I said, if he just keeps getting the wrong rolls and swapping and he's able to get some attacks off, but I don't think he has enough power to take out all the ones on the team. But see, once again, if he ended up having to keep swapping, these rocks and everything could do the damage, but it needs to do the damage. And I'm going to say Gods is down. And if you want to know, Gods was super salty. It was him who was really salty, which was a little bit funny, but we've all been that salty before. Now, guys, the battle's about to wrap up, but if you, as I said before, if you do have a dice battle of your own, I'd love to see it. Send me the code. I'd upload them. I won't talk through them like this one as much. I would like to upload some and just, chuck them out there, speed them up like this, maybe a bit faster and just playing with a bit of music and let them go. You can have a look at your own, have a look at others, see what happened. A dice battle, a really good chance to use some really odd Pokemon because it all counts on the roll, so it gives them a chance to work. I think I've got one coming up where I actually had a Venomoth do a lot of work, and we were versing some OU Pokemon, and it just came to the rolls, and I was lucky not to get targeted in a multi, and yeah. So guys, if you did like it, please do thunderbolt that like button because it always does help out. As I said, Send me the codes if you upload any so I can look and record them. If you have any suggestions, chuck them in the comment. I want to hear them. And guys, until my next video, I'll see ya.